तुम मुझे शेयर्स दो, मैं तुम्हें बैंक ट्रांसफर दूंगा. Well, you don't actually have to transfer any shares to me, but this is what an ideal buyback means. So what is a buyback? When the company buys its own shares at a fixed price from the existing shareholders, that is called as a buyback. Basically, there are two kinds of buyback. One is a tender offer buyback, and second is an open market buyback. Tender offer buyback is when the company buys its shares at a fixed price, generally which is higher than the current market price, and as applicants or as shareholders, we have to apply for the buyback. Whereas open market buyback is where the company buys its own shares within the market, where we don't have to apply or anything, but the company buys from the secondary market itself. Now, why does a company generally do the buyback? Let's understand that. So company, when has surplus cash with it and they don't have more avenues to invest, that is when the company will take the buyback route. Also, sometimes to enhance confidence amongst the shareholders, they will come up with a buyback which is generally higher than the current market price. So currently Infosys has come up with a buyback with at 1800 rupees per share. So now as a shareholder, what can you do? Let's take an example that you are holding 100 shares of Infosys. The current price is 1500, and as I said, the buyback generally comes at a higher price. In this case, it has actually come at 1800 per share. So as a shareholder, you can apply those 100 shares for buyback. Some of them will be accepted and some of them will be given back to you in your demat account. For example, just assume that out of the 100 shares which you applied, 40 shares the company actually buys back and 60 shares it returns back to you in your demat account. So what happens in this whole process? When you applied 100 shares and 40 shares only the company accepted in the buyback, so company will take away those 40 shares from your demat account and instead it will give you funds. So how much funds will it give you? It will give you 1800 into 40 shares, which is 72,000 rupees. So you receive 72,000 rupees in your demat account and 40 shares get debited from your demat account and you are left with 60 shares. So those 60 shares are still lying in your demat account, but 40 shares you've already given to the company and you've received money for that. Now you have two options. One is that 72,000 which you have received from the company, you can actually buy back the existing shares from the market. The current price could be 1500, 1600 or 1400, whatever the price is. But the idea is that if you utilize those funds and if the current price is 1500 or 1600, you can buy those shares back, the 40 shares which आपका जो कंपनी ने ले लिया था बायबैक में. सपोज द प्राइस इज अराउंड 1500, तो 40 इंटू 1500 विच इज 60,000 आपका यूज हो जाएगा वो 72 में से, एंड दैट 12,000 विल बी योर एक्चुअल प्रॉफिट विच यू विल सेव. सिमिलरली अगर 1600 प्राइस हो जाएगा तो 40 इंटू 1600 विच इज 64,000 आपका यूज हो जाएगा फ्रॉम द 72,000, एंड दैट 8,000 विल बी योर प्रॉफिट. So on and so forth, unless the price goes above 1800, which is genuinely difficult to go in a short term. इसलिए कंपनी ने 1800 पे बायबैक लिया है, so that there is participation in the buyback and people do actually give their shares in the buyback. Now आप अगर बोलते हो कि no, I am a long term shareholder and I don't wish to participate, that is one other option. But then the point is you can always buy back those shares. So unless you have a valid reason for taxation, which you should consult your tax advisor whether you should give or not. Apart from that, this scenario where the price is 1500 and the buyback price is 1800 works good to make some money. There is one last alternative also, that your जो 40 shares आपके buyback में accept हुए थे and you had received that 72,000, you don't buy any Infosys shares further and you can utilize that 72,000 for some other purpose, buying some other shares or using it for your personal use. Then at least you would have, जब current price 1500 था and you have got the credit at 1800 rupees, so basically that much 300 rupees is your profit on those 40 shares. So net 12,000 रुपये ये transaction से आप बना के निकल सकते हो, is the whole idea. So if you have liked the content of this video, do like, share and subscribe to our channel. Thank you.